Oh, whoa, whoa, yeah. Hi guys! Oh, fucking boring intro. Hi guys, welcome back to the MPF YouTube channel. Every fucking video. I need to think of something better. Pissing me off. Welcome back to a new video. Yeah. First of all, this video would have come out sooner, but because I had recorded this video on Friday, and I feel like that's crooked. Is it crooked? Oh well, we'll add some character to the video. Um, I recorded this on Friday, I think, and it was gonna come out on the same day or maybe the next day, so Saturday. After I finished recording, checked my phone. Oh, the video wasn't recording, and the audio recorded. So I was like, should I just post the audio? But I was like, oh, that's boring. I can't let y'all go a week without seeing my beautiful face. So I decided to just redo it like the next chance I got, and unfortunately the next chance I got was 4 days later, so this episode will be coming out a bit late, but who cares? Because like, when have I kept to a schedule? Like, when have I kept to a schedule? I'll post consecutively. Is that the right word? I'll post, on a weekly basis for like 2 or 3 videos, then I'll like go a week without recording, and whatever. It's okay. Anyways, so it's now been a week, I think, since something got announced, and that something was the Ocarina of Time remake. I think it's been a week. It's been about a week. Yeah, y'all. Way. Now, was I surprised? Unfortunately, no, because it got leaked. It got fucking leaked that there was going to be a remake, which kind of unfortunate, because like, imagine the surprise watching that Nintendo Direct and seeing the Ocarina of Time remake at the end. Ugh, because I knew like halfway through the Direct that it was definitely happening, because I remember there was like 2 or 3 like announcements that I also think were previously leaked. Like, I'm pretty sure Devil May Cry 5 coming to Switch 2 was leaked. I don't know if it was leaked or rumored, but I'm pretty sure the same person that it's usually the same fucking guy that talks about all these leaks and rumors. So as soon as like I started seeing a pattern, like, oh, he said this was gonna be in the next Direct, and it is. That's when I was like, oh shit, it means at some point we're gonna see a little Ocarina of Time. I feel like the audio is so quiet. And lo and behold, by the end of the video, that's too loud. No, it's fine. Who gives a fuck? Lo and behold, by the end of the video, that's exactly what we got. Ocarina of Time remake. Now, actually, don't piss me off, because right before that, we got the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, which I remember seeing the trailer, and I genuinely like, I had to like hold on to my fucking couch, and I was like gasping for air, because I didn't expect to see that shit. At a Nintendo Direct, I wasn't expecting to see Kingdom Hearts 4. And because when they announced, like, first, like, hey, the complete Kingdom Hearts collection's coming to the Switch too, so y'all didn't have to play that stupid fucking cloud version anymore. And then they started showing what was obviously Kingdom Hearts 4. At first, I was confused, because I was like, is this just the same footage that we've seen since 2022? Is this just the same footage from that announcement trailer back in 2022? Or is it something different? And I couldn't tell at first, because I hadn't seen the first trailer in so long. So I couldn't remember, like, if this was new or old. And then that's when I think it clicked for me, when Sora got flown through the window. I was like, okay, we've definitely never seen this before. And that's when I realized, holy shit, this is a new trailer. A new fucking Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. After what? 4 years? We finally get a new trailer? Holy shit. Yeah, so I was already like, what? And then to cap that off with Ocarina of Time, to follow that fucking bullshit with Ocarina of Time, I was like, that last like 5-10 minutes of the Direct with those 2 announcements, like, back to back. Ooh, I couldn't breathe. Yeah, y'all. What a crazy Nintendo Direct. A lot of people were saying that they weren't like pleased about it. Like, they were like, that was like I saw a lot of people saying that it was the worst, best Direct ever or something like that. I don't know. I feel like so many, like, I don't know if you'd call them Nintendo fans, maybe, but I feel like so many fans of Nintendo only care about Mario and Zelda, which I mean, yeah, like they're the staple names. They're like the biggest games franchises that Nintendo has. But I mean, Fire Emblem was also in the Nintendo Direct, the new Xenoblade game. Have I played? I played Fireblade. Shut up. I played Fire Emblem. I played the one with Ike that was out on the GameCube. What was that one called? Path of Radiance. Is it Path of Radiance or Radiant Light? Because I know there's like a sequel. I think Radiant Light is the sequel. Path of Radiance is the one that I played, and it was pretty good. Pretty good. I have been thinking about trying Three Houses next. I will see. And Xenoblade, I played maybe the first half an hour of Xenoblade 1, and I wish I still had it. Unfortunately, I don't fucking have it anymore. But I wish I still did, because after seeing that new trailer for Xenoblade Genesis, it looks like pretty interesting. The setting seemed kind of cool. Like the way that... Oh, what the fuck was that noise? The way the planet or world that they're on, like... I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like they're living like inside a planet. It's like domed, but they're on the inside instead of like the outside. That's like the vibe was giving. I don't know if that makes sense, but it looked really fucking cool, and it got me interested. So yeah, I do want to play the Xenoblade games now. And then the new Fire Emblem game looks actually pretty good as well. But I'm still like, I'm on the fence about those. I don't know if I actually will get into them or buy them. I know Fire Emblem comes out in September, which is already, pretty stacked with games. So yeah, I if anything, if I do try it out, it will be at a later day. I don't think I will pick it up the day it releases. But Ocarina of Time, oh, trust me, I'm set. Trust me, I'm set for the Ocarina of Time remake, because hello. Now, not to sound like fucking gluttonous and greedy, but was I a bit underwhelmed? Like, I mean, no, I was very excited to see that they confirmed that it is coming, especially that it's coming this year. But did I feel a little underwhelmed with what they showed off? Yeah, I did. Now, do I think that's because of the fact that it got leaked beforehand, so I kind of knew that this was coming? Probably. I feel like if I didn't know that, this remake was going to be happening and they showed it off at the end of the direct, I wouldn't have, like, once the trailer finished, I wouldn't have thought, wait, that's it? Wait, love that this is happening, but that's it? I think especially for a game that's coming out within the next 6 months, because, they confirmed it's coming out this year, so it can come out from any point from July onwards. I doubt it definitely won't fucking come out this month. But yeah, like, I was just like, wait, so is that all you guys are going to show? Considering the fact that it's supposed to be coming out this year. Especially, like, if you think about the fact that they showed off, like, a lot from Xenoblade Genesis, which is a game only coming out next year. It's coming out 2027, but yet they showed more than Ocarina of Time, which I was kind of like, how does that work? Now, I feel like they're trying to build hype, but I feel like because of the leaks, I mean, obviously everyone's fucking hyped for that game. Like, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is one of the most pivotal games ever in existence. It's one of the most beloved games. I obviously wasn't around when the game first came out, but I played it for the first time only last year. I know, I'm a bit late to the party, but I only played it for the first time last year. Same with Majora's Mask. I also played Majora's Mask for the first time last year. I think in like November I played Ocarina of Time, and in like December I played Majora's Mask. Turn down your fucking music. No one wants to hear it. Piss me off. Where was I? What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Cause I'm going to assume, that I definitely don't think Ocarina of Time remake will be coming out like in September, anything like that. I feel like it's definitely going to be October or November. Now, do I think Nintendo would be cocky enough to have their game come out around GTA 6? Low-key, yeah. They probably would. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the games coming out like a week or a week after GTA 6. I don't think they'll release the game on the same day or the same week. I doubt it. You never know, because I think Ocarina of Time came out in 1996, right? Which means that it's been it'll be the 30th anniversary of that game, and it came out on November 21st. So, having the game come out a day before its 30th anniversary would make sense, but unfortunately the game coming out a day before that is GTA. Right, where is GTA 6 coming on the 20th of November, right? GTA 6 release date 19th of November. Ooh. Do you think Nintendo would release their game a day after? I don't know. I don't think so. Like, I feel like Nintendo's cocky enough, especially with a game like Ocarina of Time, and I feel like they wouldn't be too scared to have their game released so close to GTA 6, but I don't know if they do it like that close. I guess we'd have to wait and see. Anyways, now what are my hopes for Ocarina of Time Remake? I don't know. I actually don't know. Oh my gosh, I also saw, obviously, I would not surprised, but there were people complaining about the art style of Ocarina of Time. Saying that it looks fan made and that it looks like it's being made in Unreal Engine and stuff like that. And to me, I don't know, like, first of all, we've seen, like, 3-4 seconds of actual gameplay, because obviously the trailer starts with someone narrating over like a tapestry, which I doubt it might be in the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was just made for the trailer. And then the brief look we see of Link is like the only actual gameplay, well, not gameplay, but just like look at how the game is going to look. And yeah, people aren't a fan of it, saying that it looks too realistic. I don't think it looks that realistic. If anything, I feel like, if like Ocarina of Time, the original one, albeit it definitely doesn't look realistic, but I think that it looks realistic for its time. Like, I feel like Nintendo were definitely trying to go for a stylistic realism. Stylistic? I don't think that's a word. Like a stylized realism. And they did the best they could given the technology that was available to them back in the fucking 90s. Even if you look at some of the backgrounds in Ocarina of Time, like, you can't look at that and say that they weren't aiming for a realistic look. And I'm pretty sure I watched the video, and the guy pulled some interviews with some of the people behind the original Ocarina of Time, and they literally were talking about how they were trying to go for a realistic look. So, like, you can't really say that Ocarina of Time isn't realistic. Obviously it doesn't look fucking realistic, but they were aiming for it. So them making the remake look more realistic is just them doing what they couldn't do back then. And I feel like that's going to be a lot of the remake, is, being able to do everything they wanted to do given the technology that they being able to do everything that they wanted to do back then but couldn't because of hardware limitations. I don't know if they're going to make any changes to the story, like modernize it. What I mean by modernize it is like have maybe more cutscenes. I don't know. I don't hope for that. I am curious to see like how much they're changing, because I don't want it to be a one-to-one adaptation of Ocarina of Time, like where everything is the exact same except for the visuals, right? I don't want that. I don't know if they'll do that. I don't think they would. If you take a look at the Star Fox remake, because that's a remake of the Nintendo 64 game, right? But isn't the Nintendo 64 game a remake of the SNES game, so just a remake of a remake? I might be wrong. Please don't come for me. I don't know that much about Star Fox. But, I know that is a remake. And even though it follows the same kind of gameplay but more modernized, the story has also been amped up a little bit from what I've seen and stuff like that. So it's not like a one-to-one adaptation of the original. So I'm really hoping that with Zelda, it's the same thing and it's not a one-to-one adaptation. Obviously I wouldn't mind if they kept things the same that worked. Can't think of anything like off the top of my head, but yeah, I hope it's not the exact same thing with just like higher visuals, which is that's kind of what the Ocarina of Time. I don't think it was a remake. It was like more of a remaster that they did for the 3DS Ocarina of Time 3D. I think like that was just Ocarina of Time, but with like updated graphics, right? I might be wrong. I haven't played that one, but that's from what I've seen. That's all it looks like it is. And maybe like a few what's it called when they like make the game better? Um, like when they make some like I forgot what it's called. Something life upgrades. I don't fucking know. But yeah. Anyways, I'm really excited though because Zelda, I would say, was one of the first Nintendo games that I played, and I think it was like one of the main things that got me into Nintendo in the first place. I became a Nintendo fan very late. Okay, around the Switch, like the Switch and Breath of the Wild are what brought me into that realm. Um, I've always known about Zelda. I mean, I feel like everyone would have heard about Zelda at least once in their life. So I always knew about it, but I never cared about it. I do remember seeing Twilight Princess at a young age. I think it just came across like I think it was like one of those like, all like it was like the Twilight Princess all cutscenes. Like, did if any of y'all? Oh, this is gonna sound really nerdy. Did any of y'all watch YouTube videos of like games, but it was like just the cutscenes, and y'all just like watch the cutscenes of the games? I used to do that. I used to do that quite often, actually. Um. Anyways, I remember seeing something like that for Twilight Princess, and I thought it looked really cool. I never actually watched it because I don't know why. I just never did. I also really want to play Twilight Princess though because, oh my gosh, aesthetics. Oh my gosh, the aesthetics of that game, and the vibe and the feeling looks so cool. Brunette Zelda. Oh yes, oh yes. She looks fucking tea. I really hope that at some point they port Twilight Princess over to the Switch. Although I doubt it's going to be happening anytime soon, just because of the fact that Ocarina of Time is coming out this year, the remake. So if anything, they'll probably only do that next year. But who fucking knows? Because like the Switch has been out since 2017. And everyone was asking in that nearly 10 years of the Switch's lifespan for Twilight Princess to be ported over. The Switch 2 has been out for a year, and people are still asking. So hopefully they do it. Even if they add it to GameCube, I mean, even though it would be better if we got the HD version of it, the HD version of it that came out on the Wii, right? Or even if they did something similar to what they did with Metroid Prime Remastered, where they remastered the game for the Switch, because that game, the Metroid Prime Remaster, looks so fucking good. So imagine them doing that for Twilight Princess. I saw someone talking about like how now they're making Ocarina of Time remake, they might remake Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. I hope not. I hope they don't remake all of those games. I hope they just remake Ocarina of Time, maybe Majora's Mask. Like, I feel like it would make sense for them to remake Majora's Mask, considering the fact that it's like a direct sequel to Ocarina of Time. But I honestly, this is just me personally, I don't think Wind Waker and Twilight Princess need a remake, just a remaster, and just port it over. I know Wind Waker's already on the Switch, and I'm actually planning to play it next, or soon. I actually finished playing The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap, yesterday. I finished that for the first time, and I'm going to start Wind Waker. I don't know when. I might play another game in between the two, because I know Wind Waker is going to be... It's a 3D Zelda game, so it's going to be pretty long, I'm assuming. Longer than the Minish Cap. So, yeah, I'm going to play like another short little game, and then I'm going to get into Wind Waker. I feel like the audio's so quiet! Okay. It's not that quiet. Yeah, I mean, if y'all are asking, if y'all are wondering, I have played, I played nearly every Zelda game except Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, even though I'm about to play that. Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, and I think that's it. I've played the first original Zelda games. Never finished them though. Will I ever? Don't know. I played Link to the Past for the first time last year, also with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Um, I've played Skyward Sword. I think I actually replayed it last year. I never finished it, so I finished it for the first time last year. I got it when it came out on the Switch back in, when did that come out? Like 2021? Was that when Skyward Sword came out for the Switch? I got it the day it came out. I got up to the final boss battle, and for some reason I just like couldn't fucking do it. And then last year I finally was like, let me go back and play it again, and I did beat it this time. I also like only finished Tears of the Kingdom last year. I first got Tears of the Kingdom back around the time when it came out. Oh no, I don't think I did. I think I only got it like a year later. Because well, bitch, I couldn't afford to get a fucking $100 game. God, my nose keeps why is it every time I record my nose starts running? It actually pisses me off. Anyways, I finished Tears of the Kingdom for the first time last year as well. Oh, it might have been this year. I can't remember. Early this year, but I started it back in like 2023, and I used to play it every fucking day, and then I ended up taking a break. And then I only came back to it not long ago. Obviously, I played Breath of the Wild. I've been thinking about replaying that. I've played Link's Awakening, just the remake, not the OG, so I guess I haven't played the OG Link's Awakening. But yeah, I played Link's Awakening remake. Minish Cap, I already mentioned, I think. Link to the Past. Oh wait, I already said that. Fuck. Is there anyone that I haven't? Oh, I haven't played. I'm totally forgetting. A Link. No, what's that one where he becomes a painting? Link Between Worlds. Is that what it is? Yeah, Link Between Worlds. And I guess I haven't played the Four Sword games, any of them, and I haven't played the Wind Waker sequels. Phantom Hourglass and what's the other one? Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. Yeah, I haven't played those. I don't know if I ever will, because I doubt they'll ever bring them to the Switch. I mean, I hope they bring A Link Between Worlds, because that game looks very, very cool, especially the whole like him turning into a painting and walking through the wall or in the wall type of mechanics. That looks really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm so sorry to say, I don't give a fuck about the Four Sword games. Oh my god, I wanted to talk about the timeline, because Ocarina of Time is the game where the timeline splits into 3, right? And I wanted to try and see if I could remember why they split into 3. At the end of Ocarina of Time, Zelda sends Link back to the past so he can live out his childhood years, and with that, it creates. Well, technically, it only creates 2 timelines. The third timeline is more of a what if type timeline. So the timeline where Link gets sent back, he lives out his childhood with all the fucking knowledge he had as an adult, which is kind of fucked up, and all the trauma that he would have experienced, that poor boy. And then Majora's Mask happens, and then I think Twilight Princess happens. And then on the other path, the future, that the timeline that doesn't have a Link since he got sent back to the past, that's the timeline where Wind Waker happens, and then the Wind Waker sequels. And then the more what if timeline being like, what if Link didn't defeat Ganon and lost, then that's where you have A Link to the Past, and I think Echoes of Wisdom got put into that timeline, right? Oh, I've never played Echoes of Wisdom. And then the original. Was I right? I think I'm right. Wait, let's look it up anyways. Why does the Zelda timeline split? Here is Reddit r/Zelda. Okay, this is a way better explanation than mine. At the very end of Ocarina of Time, Zelda sends Link back in time after defeating Ganon. Her goal is to let Link live out the childhood that was stolen from him. That is the main event that splits the timeline. There is the adult timeline where Link defeats Ganon and the sages steal Ganon away. There is no Link in this timeline since Zelda sent him away. Ganon was already sealed by Link, Zelda, and the sages, so Link's absence is not an immediate issue. But eventually, Ganon breaks out, and the gods have to flood the world to stop his rampage, leading to Wind Waker. Right. Link being sent back to his childhood creates a new timeline. In this child timeline, Link is sent back to before Ganondorf touched the Triforce. Link is a kid, but he still has all of his adult knowledge. He rushes to Zelda to warn her of Ganondorf's plan to use her and Link to collect spiritual stones and enter the Sacred Realm. Ganon is somehow arrested, and the past sages attempt to execute him. Meanwhile, Link takes off to look for his lost friend Navi, leading to Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess. The final Fallen timeline is not an actual timeline split caused by the time travel. It's just a what-if scenario. Basically, the events of Ocarina of Time line up pretty well with the backstory of A Link to the Past, outside of Link being there and defeating Ganon. So Nintendo has explained that the entire Fallen timeline describes what would have happened if Link lost the final battle against Beast Ganon. With Link dead, Ganon claims the full Triforce. Zelda and the sages still manage to seal Ganon in the Sacred Realm, but Ganon is at the height of his power. Using the Triforce, he transforms the Sacred Realm into the Dark World, and he begins to plot his escape. This leads to A Link to the Past, the original game, and Zelda 2. Right. And I'm pretty sure Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom kind of fit on all ends of that timeline. So the way I've always imagined it, and I think a lot of other people kind of see it this way too, that at the end of the 3 split timelines, they merge into one timeline again, and then you have Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And that's why in those games there's like mentions of the past games, specifically in the speech that Zelda gives to Link when she's like, "You are now my knight." She says, I think in that speech, she's like, "Whether adrift in time," or like, Zelda speech to Link in Breath of the Wild. Okay, so the speech is, "Hero of Hyrule, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness, you have shown unflinching, blah, 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 and have proven yourself." Oh, whether skyward bound, which was a callback to Skyward Sword, adrift in time, Ocarina of Time, or steeped in the glowing embers of Twilight Princess, the sacred blade is... Ooh, but see, wait. Skyward bound, adrift in time, Twilight... That's all events that would have happened in the adult timeline. Because I for some reason thought she also mentioned, like, sailing the sea and stuff like that, which would have mentioned, what's it called? Which would have, been a nod to Wind Waker. But still, even with that said, I'm pretty sure, like, there's, like, bits and pieces of lore in the game that, like, is a callback to those games. And whether or not it's just there for, like, a fun little callback, I do think it's, like, to show that the timelines merged and created one timeline again. Or might even be a completely different timeline. Or even universe, I don't fucking know. But I always imagine, like, an in-game... or in-universe explanation for that timeline merging being that the gods, the goddesses Din, Nehru, and Faroa? Oh my god, if I got that right, I'm amazing. I'm actually so cool. Faroa. I don't know how you say that. I also pronounce my R's really weird. I don't know why that is. R. Faror. Fuck you! Anyways, I always imagined that those 3 goddesses, they merged the timelines back together for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know if Nintendo will ever explain that. I also hope that one day Nintendo goes into the curse that Link and Zelda have placed on them. Because in Skyward Sword, if you didn't know, in Skyward Sword, the first game chronologically, the Demon King Demise places a curse on Link and Zelda, and the curse was that they would be so anyone carrying the blood of the goddess Hylia, so anyone like any descendant of Zelda, and anyone who has the spirit of the hero Link. So not necessarily like any descendant of Link, but anyone like just like having his spirit, meaning I guess like his spirit can go to anyone when in reincarnation. But they all usually look the same. Anyways, that they would be trapped in an endless cycle of war and violence against Demise's hatred, usually manifesting itself in Ganon. And like if you think about it, how tragic, how tragic that these heroes, Zelda and Link, no matter how much they defeat Ganon, he'll most likely always come back, or at least just some manifestation of Demise's hatred, because of the curse that was put on them in Skyward Sword. And I don't know if they ever will, but it would be kind of neat if one day Nintendo like dived into that, and like, because I mean, I don't think that Zelda and Link have ever like thought like, 5 years ago we had to kill Ganon. 50 years ago my fucking grandmother had to kill Ganon. Like I mean, obviously not like that, but yeah. And it would be fun if they like maybe have a game where one of the main plots of the game is like trying to break the curse. Will they actually? Probably not, because then how is Nintendo gonna keep making Zelda games with Ganon and Link and Zelda? But I just still think it would be fun to like bring that up for like lore reasons. Yeah, there's something else I wanted to talk about. I think that was it. Just the timeline and the curse. Speaking of tragedies, I'm gonna have to tragically end this video because I've been talking about fucking Zelda for 40 fucking minutes nearly, and I'm hungry. I want to eat food. You guys are starving me. Please let me eat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end it now anyways because my family's gonna be home soon and I'm gonna have to stop. Hopefully it's been recording. Oh my god, do you think it's been recording? I guess we'll find out when I end it. Thanks for watching, you sick fucks. Leave me alone now. Bye.